this video, I'm going to be making a grilled Greek chicken pita, and I'm just going to make a quick tzatziki yogurt sauce here. And what I've done is I took a cup of whole milk yogurt, and I just put it in a strainer in the fridge, and you can see it started to drain off some of that liquid. That just makes it a little bit thicker. And I'm going to do the same thing with my cucumber. So I have a cucumber that I've washed really well and also peeled. And now I'm going to use the larger grater size so that I have some chunks of the cucumber in the sauce. And I don't want to go too long because then I'll have really long pieces. I want to just kind of use the first quarter of the grater there. And the cucumber has a lot of water. And if you're using an English cucumber, the one that comes wrapped in plastic, it has less, but I have a regular cucumber here which has a lot of the seeds, and the seeds have water. Place my cucumber in a little tiny strainer. And see, there's already some liquid that's going to come out there. I'm going to let that sit in the fridge while I make my marinade. Okay, so my cucumbers have been draining. I have the yogurt, the cucumber. Not all recipes call for it, but I like to add fresh dill. So I have some dill that I've washed and then dried. Pepper. Half a teaspoon of salt. About a teaspoon of olive oil. The juice of half a lemon. Definitely not in all recipes, but sometimes if I have it in the house, I like to add a little bit of sour cream to this. And then garlic. I like to go really light on raw garlic. As you can see, if you've seen in a lot of the other videos, I'm not shy with garlic, but I like it in bigger pieces, and I like it sweeter and softer, but raw garlic has a really strong flavor. So I'm going to use a tiny piece, and I'm actually only going to use half of it because I don't really love the bite of too much raw garlic. And I think that adds quite a bit, especially when it's broken up like that. I'm just going to refrigerate this until I'm ready with my chicken. And now for the marinade, I just have 1 lemon. Okay, and I have 3 large bone-in chicken breasts that I'm going to be using. And I have some fresh oregano. You could use dried also. I'm also going to mince up some garlic. And I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Lots of freshly ground black pepper. And a teaspoon of salt, kosher salt here. And I'm just going to pour this over it. All the salt went to the bottom there. And I'm just going to turn this every 10 minutes. I'm going to let this marinade about a half hour to 45 minutes until I'm ready to grill it. As they're grilling, just baste them a little bit with the marinade. And when they're this big, they definitely take a while. You want to wait until they're 160, 165. There'll be some carryover cooking. The other thing we like to have in our pita is some hummus. And I'm not a fan of tahini sauce, which is the sesame paste that's in hummus, so I like to make it myself. But a lot of the store brands are fantastic, and there's so many different varieties. You can buy artichoke hummus and red pepper hummus. But if you wanted to make it yourself, I usually start with, again, a very small clove of garlic because it's going to be raw. And I put that in a food processor first. It's so tiny that if you don't do it first, it doesn't get chopped properly. Okay, and I have 1 can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans that have been rinsed and drained. And as that is pulsing, I stream in some olive oil. I could give you an amount for the olive oil, but what I'm really looking for is a consistency. I want it really light in color. and I want it to be completely smooth. It's not there yet. So I just added probably another 2-3 tablespoons. It's getting lighter in color. Now I'm gonna add about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and some black pepper, and only about 1/4 of a lemon. It takes longer to clean the food processors than it does to make the hummus. Hummus is all finished. I just drizzled some olive oil, fresh pepper, and paprika on top. Took the tzatziki out of the fridge, and I have the cucumber and tomato. The chicken is finished grilling, and I find for the pitas, it's much easier to take this apart. So I just have some gloves on because it's still hot, and it's all covered in all the spices. So you can take these 2 pieces off, and then the pieces that'll remain are the tender. Okay, and to serve this, I just have some small Mediterranean flatbreads or pitas or naan bread you could use, and I'm just serving it with all of the toppings. And I have the chicken chopped up here, a lot easier to eat in the pita, and just some parsley and chives chopped on top there. And you could add other things, sliced onion, olives, whatever it is your family likes. But the chicken is really flavorful from that marinade. We have the dill, the lemon, and the garlic here. Again, the lemon and the garlic here, and also in the chicken. But each one has their own flavor. And this meal is great for summertime or warm weather when you're using the grill, but I'll also do the same recipe just as nice with the chicken baked in the oven.